the way.
We're wanted men.
I have spoken.
Welcome to episode 266 of the Smugglers Galaxy podcast, your favorite Star Wars podcast for smugglers in the galaxy. Jason's here. I'm Glenn. We're recording. No clue what we're going to talk about yet again, but I think we'll Mr. Steve had some stuff that he put on Instagram. We can drag that out for a minute, but same old, man. Nothing too exciting this week, is there? Star Wars wise?
In terms of news, no, but I do have some things that were written in on YouTube, and I guess there's a couple store reports, but we can get
about
into
us on the YouTubes, or
yeah.
oh,
It was the comment. It was the episode with David,
uh-huh.
but there's some talking points related to what we want to talk about today.
Well, good.
Okay, I guess
Yeah,
we're just
well,
getting into it. We're just throwing caution to the wind and just do whatever the hell we want.
we kind of have a format, but did you you were up in Charlotte this weekend? Did you go anywhere fun other than Charlotte?
We got to see Wicked.
Yeah.
That's something that I bought my wife tickets to see 16 years ago.
Ooh.
And then 3 weeks before my daughter was born, and my daughter decided to come 3 weeks early. So she never got to see the play, and it's been a running joke for 16 years. And finally we're able to get tickets. And then it was a little bit of a dicey situation because my wife got a call at one point. We got the tickets through StubHub.
Uh-huh.
And she got the call from someone, hey, this isn't a scam, which when you hear that, you're like, yeah, it is. But no, it was this dude who was selling his tickets, and because of the weird Broadway rules or whatever, this had to be delivered in person, which is not normal for StubHub.
Right.
It's typically like an electronic transfer, so we had to get in contact with. I contacted StubHub. They confirmed everything, so we met up with this guy. He gave us the tickets, and we got to go see actually box seats, which was nice. Yeah,
sprung for the big seats.
Well, they're in our original seats somehow didn't. It was like an upgrade-ish thing. Like our original tickets suddenly just disappeared, and like you can pick from these seats, and I'm like, okay, box.
Nice.
So
very cool.
Yeah, we saw Wicked, and then we went out to dinner a bunch, but we also, while we were driving around town, stopped at a bunch of Rosses and Walmarts. Seemed like everywhere we went there was a Ross.
Yeah. She must really love you if like on your.
She does.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's lost some weight, so she's looking for clothes herself. So
yeah. So
but
honey, while you're at Ross, we'll go buy some clothes.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the find right there.
I got some holding up the Black Series. I had my notes up. I'm trying to find where all these stupid tabs. There you are. Yeah. I walked into one Ross, and there's no price sticker on it.
Yeah.
And I asked the lady. I had to wait in line, and I was like, if it's under $20, I'll buy it. So I had to wait to price check it when I actually was ready to check out. And $20 for this thing,
dude,
which is insane. I was like, I can't not take that.
Exactly. I'd almost buy one, and I've already got one for $20. I've been to a bunch of Rosses, and I've not found anything locally yet. I know TK had said the one in by Little 5 Points they got in the lightsabers, and there's a dude on Facebook who I'm assuming is the guy that got them, who's trying to sell them for $200 a piece. And I messaged him and I went, dude, I will give you 50 just so I don't have to hunt them down anymore. And he sent me a picture of the 3 dots to make it look like he was typing. And that's all he sent me. And I'm like, do you not realize I can go on Amazon right now? Where at that point they were 160. Now Amazon has come down to 130 on the Sabine lightsabers.
Oh.
And it's funny because I've been watching a bunch of them on Macari, and
Yeah.
they all started off about one, the 150 to 200, and they're slowly but surely coming back down. So it's the same thing with the Sabine TIE fighters, where everybody's like, I'm going to charge $300. It's such a good looking bucket.
Sorry,
He's,
I held up the bucket, the helmet, and you just kind of wavered in the story because I distracted you with
yeah,
Sabine.
oh, I love that helmet. It's been that her helmet is my favorite Mandalorian helmet just because I love the Sabine, the Clan Ren helmets with the wings and stuff on them.
Yeah,
That one's a really stylized live action version of that helmet because it's the um the Jedi Hunter helmet, which is the last one she showed. That's the live action version of the last version of Sabine helmet. It's a really thin helmet. I can
yeah.
barely get my head in it.
There's no way I get my head into this.
But
um,
it sounds like I'm in a bucket, doesn't it?
yes, it
Like I'm
does.
Boba Fett.
So, but anyway, it is funny to see that the prices they are starting to come down, and I am seeing them for like $130 on Macari. I would pay somebody, like I said, 50, $60 just so I don't have to hunt for them anymore. But I have it. I'm looking for that. It's a lightsaber, and I want her and the wolf because I think those are going for like $10 at Ross Con right now.
Yeah.
I have seen some of the Batman ones, and I really want to get down to like South Georgia, North South Atlanta, some Rosses, see if maybe they've got him in there. I did talk to one guy. He said, "Oh yeah, we got him in one day," and then somebody went to the front to check out, and he said, "Oh yeah, there's another one in the back." And as soon as he said that, like everybody ran back there to grab it. So I think people are looking at the fact that it's a $200 piece for $30, and they thinking they're gonna make money. And I was,
Cha-ching,
huh?
cha-ching. Star Wars fans buy anything. They'll buy this.
Right. It's like, did you may double your money? But I was talking to Barry about it, and he goes, people don't realize that there's a reason why they're in Ross's for $30 because nobody's buying them. You got to get a new microphone
Yeah,
eventually.
this is like the fourth time this episode.
So it's like there's a reason why they're sitting in Ross's for $30, and it's because people don't want them. People didn't buy them, even though they're awesome, awesome pieces. See, I mean, it's a great looking mat. It's a great looking bucket.
It's a good helmet, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I have that. I also found a Dejamira Black Series for $8.
Yeah, I saw her. I've been looking for. I know you're looking for the wall, the
Dejamiro, yeah.
mural. I've been looking for that one. I did see the Black Series droids that were like three of them for $20, and it was very tempting. But I'm like, I don't need them.
Which one?
The Black Series, the three droids, the battle droids, not battle droids, but it was um. I don't know which droids they are, but they're more battle-ish droids. They're not battle droids, but they're army droids.
Okay.
Do you want to make
I don't know what you're. I wish I could see it.
if I could see
That's all right. Don't worry about it. Moving
but
on.
yeah, they're like a 3 pack of droids, and I was like, man, that's tempting. And I saw the Ahsoka 4 pack with her and the four droids. Really?
Yeah,
Are you looking for that?
I need that one because I donated that to a project, so I need one for myself now.
Shoot. I
That's
know
all
where I
right.
remember where I saw. I'll keep my eyes open. I'll swing back by the one I saw it at. There were two of them.
They're probably gone now, but don't
Yeah,
worry.
you never know. I'm sorry. I was looking for the wall one. I knew you wanted the wall one. I should have
Yeah,
messaged you, and I feel like a horrible person now.
don't worry about it, man.
But
Move,
now that I
move
know, I
on.
saw your face, and I was like, crap, he
I
needed
was
that
like,
one.
oh, I want that one.
Oh,
That's what I was searching for when I went to these Rosses is the vintage collection 4 pack of
okay. Well,
Ahsoka and the droids.
I'll keep my eyes open for that one.
I was only
Um,
I was only
I,
looking for the vintage collection stuff, and I just ended up like, all right, I want the Dead Rush. Sure, all right, I'll take that for $20.
for yeah. So yeah, you got the helmet and a Black Series for less than what a Black Series costs.
Yeah, and like when I went to Walmart's.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing with Ross. Well, I
Yes.
guess I'll circle back to it. When I went to the Walmarts, they had the usual group of Black Series on the pegs, for $24, but then they had just rows and rows of, and this is at different Walmarts, but it was like full pegs of stormtroopers. And they're called remnant stormtroopers from the Mandalorian, but they don't have any dirt on them, so they could pass as stormtroopers from any era of
Yeah.
Star Wars, um, for $30, and they were just hanging there. And that's a troop builder. Usually the stormtroopers are the first to go, so I just thought it
Right.
was not a good sign for that.
No. So yeah, I've been looking. I am starting to get a little bit disheartened, but people are still saying keep checking because you never know. You never know if the lightsabers are going to hit or not.
Yeah,
And one lady, I was like, the lightsaber, and she starts swinging her arms around. Oh, the lightsaber! I'm like, yes, I want that. We haven't got that yet.
uh,
So you definitely you run into the multi national nationalities while you run into Ross. So it's always interesting. You never know what you're going to get at Ross. But they are putting out the tables, man. They are putting the stuff out. It
holiday
may not be
stuff is
what we
coming.
want, but
Yeah,
it's Christmas time at Ross
yep.
because they've got like 6 or 7 tables with red tablecloths on them that they're just putting stuff out on.
But the other thing I wanted to mention about Ross is they had a bunch of the Acolyte figures, Black
Yeah.
Series, and on quite a few of them in different stores, people had stolen the cloak
Huh.
and shoved the figure back in. So the soft good cloak, almost like they wanted that, and they stole that aspect of the figure. And I saw it at multiple Rosses. It's not like one in one specific area. It was like throughout my travels.
I don't understand that. It's like it's an $8 figure. Buy the damn thing.
Yeah,
I know there's people that are posting. I've been seeing a lot of videos on TikTok of like Ross, because you watch one of them and then like before you know it, every other video is a Ross hunt, and people are finding things. And I found things like it was a Hot Wheels set, and people are ripping the cars out of the Hot Wheels set, and it's like, dude, it's cheap enough. Just buy the damn
so
set.
stupid.
And
So
people.
stupid.
I have seen the retro like Ahsoka and Sabine, and for $5, those were tempting.
Yep.
But I've already got them all. Um,
We saw some of those.
I did go to Ollie's because I was just passing an Ollie's, and they probably had 50 Emperors, retro collection Emperors sitting on the pegs,
Yeah.
along with like a few Fifth Brothers and the
Well,
Seventh Sith, or is it no, it's not Seventh Sister from Acolyte, not Acolyte from
Riva,
Obi-Wan. Huh?
Riva.
They had Reva, and they had whatever sister it was from Acolyte,
Yeah.
or not Acolyte, Obi-Wan.
Ahsoka. Oh, Ahsoka.
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan. Oh my gosh.
There's so
It's
many
too.
different.
It's Sunday. It's a long weekend from being away, so I apologize for my
Yeah, I do.
blunders here.
Since you saw Wicked, I forgot to talk about something when I went to Epic the other day, last week, is seeing since you went to see a stage show and I saw the Back to the Future stage show, and then you go see the stage shows at like Epic and the theme parks, you realize that those really are on par with
Yeah.
a theme park,
Yeah.
a Broadway theme stage show, and they there's they were putting those on 5 or 6 times a day. So it's pretty amazing when you realize that this can put up with a Broadway, when you see a real Broadway show and you're like, oh, that's all this is. So,
Yep.
but
Yep.
I got to see the Circus Arnu or whatever, and I was like, it starts off like a circus and then just takes a left turn, and you're like, wow, that's a pretty cool show.
Yeah.
Just a lot of stuff going on.
Um, so I think that's about it. Did you pick anything up this week?
No, I'm waiting on that damn lightsaber. I want that. But no, I haven't picked anything up. I don't think. Not that I can think of. Nothing to them. Yeah. No.
Okay.
It's been a boring collecting week. I mean, I'm just trying to chill out and not collect a whole bunch of stuff. Not spend, still trying not to spend a lot of money, but every now and again, here it is. So, did you go to any like real toy stores while you were in Charlotte?
No, I didn't have time for that. It was just like, oh, there's something. We'll just stop here real quick.
Okay, because there's a bunch from my travelings in Charlotte. There's been some good shops. If it's still there, there was a shop in a town called Gastonia
Yeah.
that's on the way. That it was pretty cool, but it's been 5 or 6 years since I've even been by there.
I'll have to first of all, I have to call Ralph when I'm there.
Yeah,
Secondly, I'll have to yeah, make a stop at more toy stores in Charlotte. I've been to a couple in my previous trips up there, but not this time.
yeah. You at least saw the peach. You saw the Gaffney peach.
Yes, I saw the peach. Is it the same one they used in House of Cards?
It is. It's the exact
Yeah.
same peach.
Okay.
I don't know if it was, it may not be, yeah, but it is. That's the running joke. And it's like, there's the Gaffney peach when you're walking, driving by it.
It's a big
Um,
butt.
huh?
It's a big butt.
It's a big butt. So,
And wait, did we
yeah,
explain what it is
the
for
Gaffney
people?
peach, huh?
Yeah, for people who don't know what that is.
So it's a plot point in the show House of Cards that people are getting into wrecks because they keep looking at this big butt in the sky and they want to change the Gaffney Peach to get people from being too distracted from it. And as you're going through the town Gaffney, it was South Carolina or where as you're
Yeah.
going up through to Charlotte from Atlanta, there's a big peach that you can stop and look at, and it's the Gaffney peach. So it's real. It's a real thing.
Yep.
So House of Cards use something real, and
It's a water tower.
it's a water tower. Yeah, it's a peach water tower.
So,
You used to be able to go right up to it, but they put a perimeter around it a few years ago. A perimeter fence. We've stopped a few times.
yeah, we did pass it.
Yeah. So
Can't miss it.
we used to go up to Heroes Con every year. Uh, it was on Father's Day weekend up in Charlotte, so we'd make a weekend of it.
Cool.
Yeah. So Charlotte
Um,
used, fun town.
let's see. Some news. So at New
Yeah.
York Comic Con, we didn't talk about this. The his tank is coming back as the snow cat. And the his tank
Oh,
was a HasLab. What they said is now that the colors are locked behind the HasLab, but they want to branch out because they started listing a bunch of different vehicles that use the same body. One
right. I
was
saw that.
one was like a toxic thing or whatever. But yeah, they're bringing that back.
Uh, yeah, they were not people. I don't think people were real happy with that because I know they were also saying that will they bring the Razor Crest back now since it's a different paint scheme for the movie?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I think the only issue would be the interior, and that would be the only one I can think of them redoing because I mean you can't do like a blue version of the Cantina bar or what's the other one? The sail barge. You can't discolor that.
right. Oh, if they redid the sail barge, that would crash the market. That I think would piss a lot of people off.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to happen because it's going to cost more than $500 to make that sucker now.
Right. Yeah, because you'd be right at probably what they're going for 1,500 to 2,000 on
Yeah.
the secondary. So yeah, you'd probably be at 1,000 on the market. So what was that? They were just making that post. It wasn't.
Yeah, and
Or
I no, there was a conversation. They were just saying, yeah, that's we're just going to reuse the HasLab molds, and we're going to make different variants of it. And I think they're doing the same thing with the Proton Pack.
I've heard. Yeah, I saw the Proton Pack too.
They're doing the same thing. So whenever I see other branches of Hasbro toy collecting start to do things, I'm like, how will this affect Star Wars? Will they bring this in? Because they have to start being creative to make money. So maybe this
Right.
is part of that creativity. I don't know.
And I mean, like we were just talking about with Ross. I mean, Ross and Ollie's. If you want to see some failed Hasbro stuff, just go to both those stores.
Yeah, and oh, the price has kind of risen at Ross for some things. So I'm wondering if primary stores who sell it to Ross, I don't know what the regular words are for like the whole distribution line, but let's say Target sells to Ross, Target must be selling at a higher rate for Ross to have to be forced to move their rate up.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
Yeah, no, I've seen people that had posted figures going up in the same, like some Acolyte figures were $6 and then some of them were $7.
Yeah, I saw the TVC ATST Walker
Yeah.
for $50. And I was like, this is a lot of money for this piece when it was like 70 at retail.
Yeah, I have noticed that. I thought that piece should have been like 20, $30.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that like on the Back to the Future, the NECA, the Marty McFly, the Darth Vader and Marty McFly. Um, That, in my opinion, should have been a $10 to $15 piece in Ross, and they've got it at 20, and
Yeah,
it's sitting on the shelf
yeah.
because it was
So
25 or 30 in at retail. So I think if they would have put it 10, people would have bought a couple of them because that is a piece that you can display a couple of different ways because it's got different sculpts. It's got a couple of different head faces with it, and then you could do it with the visor down or the visor up, and have them posed a couple of different ways. So you can buy a couple of them and pose them differently. I think, and it will make sense to have a couple of them, but not at $20 a piece.
no.
So it is. Some of their prices I think, are ridiculous for Rosscon.
And then George Lucas spoke to Wall Street Journal about his museum, and
Yeah.
don't call it the Star Wars Museum because he said it's one gallery out of 33, and I did it grudgingly, as the curmudgeon he is. I didn't want people to come to the museum and say, "Where's the Star Wars?" He's just preemptively like, go over there. We're done. When they asked him, when Wall Street Journal asked him about the current state of Star Wars and what he thought, he said Disney took it over and they gave it their vision. That's what happens. Of course, I moved past it. I mean, I've got a life. I'm building a museum. A museum's harder than making movies.
He sounds like an old curmudgeon,
Yeah,
yelling at clouds, man.
but it says that it's harder making a museum than it is to make movies. So I assume all of his energy is going to the museum and not those short films that he was going to work on in his retirement.
Yeah.
Maybe he's done with those.
Yeah. I mean, he could be. Maybe his wife is like, you wanted to do the museum? Here it is. Go for it, and put all your efforts behind the museum. I know that they were supposed to put it in Chicago, I think, and I was kind of excited
Yes.
because Chicago was a lot easier to get to than LA, but
Chicago fumbled that ball.
yeah.
They had 10 years to figure that out. And yeah, they just couldn't get their act together. And yeah, they could have had that museum. I think his wife's from Chicago.
Okay.
And so they could be in her town and hang out and, retire and do what you do in retirement, but also go down to the museum for the day and work.
Right. And to show,
I
show
mean,
your
they
face.
fumbled.
Yeah, but he does win because he was just like, "Hey, I'm done with Star Wars." I mean, I can't blame him. Disney wrote him a $4 billion check for that. Um, I think if somebody wrote me a $4 billion check, I could walk away a happy man too from a
I have,
lot of things.
I have problems with them complaining about the modern Star Wars stuff because A, he hired Kathleen Kennedy.
Hmm.
And B, he sold it. Like, you don't have any right to complain about it. You should have made the three movies you wanted to make
Right.
instead of selling it off. And there's nothing you can do now. So he just complains, but it's like, it's your fault.
Yeah. Well, did it? I thought that might have been part of the contract negotiations that they were going to at least look at the movies, or they were thinking I would have made that part of the contract. You got to make the prequel trilogy that I want to make.
Yeah, that was. He was able to develop his next trilogy and he sold it to Disney. That was part of the negotiation. Like, yeah, you can have this, but also with that comes these three movies that I have developed for you to film.
Yeah. He should have been more of a stickler with that because
Yeah.
I would have. I'm trying to remember what I heard about him, but yes, I think they would have probably been better than what the prequels done.
The only thing I really know about them is that it explored the origins of the Force.
Mhm.
And I think the alien species that was the ancient species in one of the Survivor games that I guess discovered the Force, if I'm
Mhm.
not mistaken. That all came from George Lucas's stuff.
And we would have known what Yoda was. I
I
don't know.
Oh, yeah, because I thought that was part of the contract that Disney can't make up a backstory for Yoda.
Yeah, my wife asked me. She goes, "You we ever? What is Yoda?" I'm like, I don't know. Nobody knows. We'll never know.
Never find out. It'd be funny if he was a spawn of a frog, and when he's eating the frogs, he's actually eating his own kind.
Oh no.
Cannibalism, Star
He's a
Wars style.
cannibal. Oh goodness. That would be
Um,
that would be funny.
yeah, but that's not happening. And then so that's it for the news this week. But going back to the YouTube comments, and then we can talk about what Steve Evans said.
Yeah.
Um, this is on the episode with David Quinn, toy prices are going up by 150% versus milk at 33% because no one buys toys for kids anymore.
Mhm.
Toys like action figures are now sold to adults almost exclusively. So if your customers have a lot of more money, you increase the price. So
I
that
can't disagree with that, but you if there's a price increase, there's a quality increase. You're not. I mean, these TVC figures look great, but they were $10, a couple of years ago, and now they're hitting 25 bucks,
$20. Yeah,
20
30
bucks.
bucks for Black Series.
I'm sorry, but there's no quality increase on those. There hasn't been a jump to make them worth the $20, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um, even the Sabine and Chopper version that came with the Ghost, those are $25 a piece. You got a few more pieces, but to me, I bought them because I had to. It's not because I wanted to. I bought them because I had to complete the Ghost. And that was a $50 set for those two figures. There was no need. I think that was another money grab from Hasbro. Um, let's price those figures $25 each because all these people that had the Ghost are going to buy it.
Yeah.
And that could be another, 100, $200,000 we can get. Um, so yeah, if you're going to charge me $20 a figure, it better be an awesome figure.
Yeah.
So
And if you're going to keep raising prices, you got to stop saying this is for kids.
yeah,
Like shaming people for buying the toys. Well, this is just for kids anyways. No, the kids are buying this. This is adults supporting your company. Show some respect and stop insulting them.
right. I mean, we're yes, the kids are buying the cheap stuff. We're not buying the more, and who's going to buy their kid a $20 action figure anyway? I mean, they end up at the bottom of a toy bin.
Yeah, they get bent out of shape. They start losing limbs, and you miss all of the accessories.
Right. I mean, my grandson would rather play with Legos, and we buy them on clearance, and he's just as happy. You know.
Yep. Speaking of happy, Lewis did comment on us like 4 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and he did say there's nothing like listening to Smuggler's Galaxy and peeling pears. So thank you, Lewis, for listening and also for being safe and not, slicing your finger as you peel pears.
Peel pears. I wonder what he was he making wine with the pears?
That's yeah, I didn't even think about that, but now that you say that, yeah, that's probably what was going
He's
on.
making pears. Lewis will show up. You'll show up at Lewis's house, and he's like, "Here's some wine I made."
Um, and then the other comment we got was, oh, I forgot to mention who that previous comment was from. It was at Blazing Blazing GM. And then this one's from at Q dot, excuse me, the cough is not part of the name. MQ dot 2025. Really enjoyed this chat, guys. Thanks. I also enjoyed The Last Jedi. In fact, it's probably my top 5 favorite Star Wars films of all time. I like what they did with Luke, and I'm a little tired of hearing what they should have done instead, to be honest. The biggest mistake Lucasfilm made was listening to online moaners, although the beat, even though Lucas was influenced by fan hate Jar Jar. Anyways, please keep up the shows, Glenn and Jason. We've been through plenty ups and downs over the years as Star Wars fans. The next big thing is just around the corner and the 50th anniversary. It's my 50th too that year, and I would love a new shiny new 4K release of the original trilogy in its original form. So, yeah.
Yeah, that being.
Thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you.
And then so that's it for news.
Yeah,
And
I understand. I'm trying to should I say anything or I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, but yeah, I don't think we're gonna get a 4K original trilogy DVD
um,
release.
yeah, we might get a 4K special edition
Yeah.
or the current version.
But yeah, I could see where he's thinking, listen to the haters. Yeah, I think if they would have done more with Luke before he went to be one with the Force, I would have been happier. But him just being a hermit and being mad, really just that's not our Luke Skywalker. That wasn't our Luke Skywalker.
That's not your Luke Skywalker. I'm okay with it,
Yeah.
but to each their own.
Yeah. No, I get it. I at the moment it was sad and I was like, no, he's gonna die. I was upset in the moment, and you're like, I don't want to see my heroes die. And yeah. In the moment, there was that, and I remember watching the final one was Last Jedi. Was it Last Jedi? Was the final one?
No, The Last Jedi was the middle one. Rise of
Okay,
Skywalker was the last
Rise
one.
of Skywalker. I mean, Rise of Skywalker pulled at our heartstrings. You think there was some moments?
No,
I mean, I don't
no,
know.
not for
I,
me.
I remember watching it with was it watching it with a group of people, and there was one of the guys was just bawling through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad it
So I mean,
resonated for them.
yeah, it did. So it resonated with some people.
Not me.
Yeah. Are you putting batteries in your Sabine helmet?
No, I'm sorry. Is it distracting? Should I put
No,
it
it's
down?
fine.
I'm working on a 3D printed item.
Oh, awesome. No,
But
you're
now
fine. It's you can keep
it was
working.
it was it was more of like a fidgety thing. So
Yeah, well, I've got stuff I fidget with all on my desk while we were recording all the time too, so don't feel bad.
I'll just
Um,
change to my squeeze orange thing, whatever it
yes.
is. Uh, so Steve Evans, and I think from a PR perspective, this is not what he should have done because it's all lose, 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 lose.
Right.
But he posted a poll on his Instagram. He captioned it question of the day, week, month, year, maybe even a decade. And then he proceeds with a poll. Collector action figures. Four choices. Choice number one, price rise and same detail. Choice two, same detail and same price, less detail. Choice three, less price and much less detail. Or choice four, higher price rise and more detail. And then he closed out. And yes, I know we all want the fifth option, which is not going to happen. Less
And
price and more detail.
less price and more detail. Yeah.
But I think it's a interesting question he asked, and I worry that like either he's priming us to say, guys, it's not going to, things are changing. You need to understand that. So what's your priority? I forget what the other thing is.
Yeah, I voted for big, more price, more detailed because I mean, if you're gonna throw some detail in a figure, I'd be willing to pay 30, $40 a figure. I mean, that's what Mythic Legions is charging, and you get some insane figures for that price point.
Yeah, my only concern is like the number crunchers at Hasbro will find a way to scale back, and so you'll actually get less than those Mythic Legion figures in Black Series because they've decided to cut back on things. There's a new one of the Purge troopers or something like that from Jedi Fallen Order in Black Series. There's a 2-pack coming out.
Mhm.
And one of the characters has a gun holster, but there's no gun that came with that pack. And so it's like, was that a number cruncher behind the scenes saying, well, if you don't include the blaster with this figure and you just have the staff, we could save 3 cents a figure. So do it.
Jeez.
I don't know. I'm just speculating.
No, I get you. And I don't know what the answer is, you know?
Yeah.
I,
There's
I personally think if they can make a $40 figure with some high detail, and this is something I've stuck with for years, but well, they'll get our business back. It may take a minute, but if you can prove to people that, hey, look, for $40, you're getting an insanely detailed figure, people will come back. But like you said, I didn't even think about the pencil pushers looking at it going, well, if you take one less paint app off, you can save 50 cents a figure, 5 cents a figure, or a penny a figure.
yeah.
Uh,
It's
let's
like
do it.
some of the washes that seem to be missing on figures that used to be on vehicles and stuff is gone.
Yeah,
And I'm sure it's like, let's save a penny or half a penny. Don't wash it.
right. I mean, that was the major complaint about one of the major complaints about the cantina, right? It was just
It's
there was
yeah,
no
it's
wash to it.
there's a wash, but it's maybe a little too light.
Okay.
But they could have done two washes.
Yeah.
Um, so his first one there, price rises and same detail. That's what's happening right now.
Right.
So there's no that stinks. Nobody's happy about that, and so that shouldn't be the choice. Same price and less detail. I don't want that either.
Right.
Um, but I mean those are the options right now. I think the next two maybe not so much, but like either the prices rise and we get what we currently have, or we keep the same price and you just don't get, you'll get unpainted plastic. You just get dots on the eyes.
Right.
Less price and much less detail. Nobody wants that. That's ridiculous.
Right. Then you're getting into those 5 point articulation, the little kid figures that they
Yep.
released.
And then higher price rise and more detail, which nobody wants either because it's more money. But I mean, like you're saying with Mythic Legions, and maybe this is the way to go for a Black Series. Even like I guess Sideshow Collectibles used to be $130 per figure, now they're 230.
Yeah.
So it's happening at other companies too. It's not specific to Hasbro, but I don't know, that stinks.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lose-lose for us collectors because we want what we want, and it's hard to get that. I mean, I was looking at the Callus, the General Callus figure, thinking about picking that up during Prime days to see if it dropped, and you're at $16 for that figure
Yeah.
for nothing.
He
So
also there's some question and answers that
yeah.
Steven Evans, that's how I know him. Steve Evans did let me see if I can pull it up. So this person writes Muffin Man 27.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
Yes, I know the Muffin Man. The one that lives on Drury Lane. Clone Force 99 debuted back in February 21, 2020, and the Black Series completed the full team April 2022. Just over 2 years later, it's now October 2025, and more than 5.5 years since their debut. The Vintage Collection still only has Hunter and Crosshairs. Vintage Collection figures would love to see the rest of the team. Is there a reason? So that's basically that. Is there a reason TVC was excluded from receiving Bad Batch figures in a timely fashion despite massive fan support? And Steve Evans wrote back, I wasn't on Star Wars during the Bad Batch's run, so I don't know the details, but one factor involved is math. Black Series has more items each year, so it naturally gets to a character faster. The vintage collection is smaller, but has equally broad and maybe even broader fan requests and character preferences, especially for niche or background characters. That means each TVC slot is a more competitive choice. The good news is that TVC has a passionate long-term fan base, so the team doesn't ever look at a figure as having an expiry date. It's not unusual for us to talk about Bad Batch Solo, the vintage collect TFA, Force Awakens. Sorry, he keeps abbreviating, so I'm looking at the abbreviation.
Right.
It's a big galaxy out there. Hope that helps answer a little bit. So that answers why I guess the vintage collection doesn't see figures like the Black Series does or character selection because in addition to Bad Batch, Skeleton Crew, there's the whole crew for Black Series, but we only have Jod Nodwood for vintage collection.
Yeah. And those figures, the Black Series figures are at Ross right now for $6 each.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky, you find them.
Yeah. I've seen them. I mean, are you looking for certain ones?
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying in general, if you're lucky to find the ones you're looking for. Skeleton Crew is a good one to get because I like the show, but I don't see them. I don't get there in time.
Yeah.
Acolyte is everywhere.
Yeah. And nobody wants the Acolyte. Except if you want to rip the cloak out.
Yeah. The cloak is worth more than the figure in some collector's mind, unfortunately. He's probably watching the show. You know what? I don't like that character, but that cloak, damn, if they made that cloak, that'd be front and center in my collection.
Oh, I'm going to put it on Darth Vader.
I'm just going to have a cloak collection.
I need it for all my figures. I'm going to run around Ross and steal them all.
Yeah, they waste plastic by selling me this Anakin. I just want the cloak.
Damn. Wow. My Anakin needs a.
Anakin doesn't need a cloak. I need the cloak. It's part of my cloak collection.
Yes. What's that? That's just my cloak collection.
That's my cloak collection. Are these rags that I could use to clean the car? No, that's my cloak collection.
You know how many Rosses I had to go to steal those from?
Yeah, that's the most ridiculous part is that they just stole it. They left the figure and the lightsaber. They just stole the cloak.
Now, is the cloak like on the figure or is it behind the figure?
No, it's on the figure. So you had to take the figure out, rip the cloak off, stick that in your pocket, push the figure back into the tray and slide it back in.
So you're
And
spending time
yeah,
doing this. It's not like you can just cut this tape and pull the cloak out. Oh my God.
unless
And
we
I've
go,
been, huh?
we go to a Charlotte toy convention and see if there's some vendor selling cloaks on the table. And then we know who
You're
the
the
criminal
cloak
was.
thief.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Because there's a lot of Rosses that are videotaping that section because
Yeah.
of that kind of stuff.
Cool.
But that also it's not that hard to grab it and walk to the back of the store or something, because a lot those the toys are all over the place at a Ross.
It's a messy place.
It really is.
It's not a place to go to if you have OCD.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was worried. I'm like, before I realized, I knew in my head, I was like, okay, if I'm going to look for the lightsaber, where would the lightsaber be? And then you start seeing pictures of it, and you're like, this thing's huge. There's no way they can hide this thing. They're not putting it on a shelf, and you're gonna miss it. There's no way you're gonna miss a 3 foot long lightsaber.
Hmm.
So, do you want to finish out Steve? What else are
That
we?
was it. That's
That
all
was
I
it.
had for
Yeah,
Steve Evans.
it's just a lose-lose for everybody, I think. But I mean, I am glad to see that he's at least trying because I feel like the last regime just didn't care with Hasbro.
Yeah, or they have to start getting creative about how they produce these figures and see if there's a way they could shave off money that way on the back end. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's possible, but I don't want, I mean, seeing detail right now is fine with me. I'm happy with that. I don't think I need more detail. I just accurate figures would be great.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know if we need to invest and get more detail on these figures for price increase.
Yeah. I mean, the detail. I mean, I would want to see an extra head. I'd like to see extra arms. I mean, the extra hands. I
Yeah.
don't know if TVC, can you do a hand swap on a TVC? Is it too small?
They've done it.
Okay.
The hammerhead that I just got, Moan Nadon, he's got swappable hands because he's holding a cup in one, and then he's got a staff and a gun, so he's got to switch hands a little bit.
Mhm.
It does happen. It's just breakable. It's got to be real thick plastic that you're
Yeah.
doing. So
I mean, I've seen Fig Arts. They make some incredible figures and they're about 50, $60 a piece, but because Hasbro has the Star Wars license in America, they're $100 a piece because you got to import them.
mhm.
And they are insane figures. They have 5 or 6 hands. They've got a couple of different helmets. They've got stands. I mean, they're pretty crazy for what they are.
Mhm.
And they're a little bit bulkier than a TVC, I think. They're kind of in between, I think, in between a TVC and a Black Series. But would there be a market for would people want to start collecting a whole new scale?
Probably not.
Yeah.
We're so far down the road. We just have to go back and start over with them too.
Yeah.
They've already released a bunch of characters and figures, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I maybe I'll do this in the next couple of weeks, State of Modern Collecting, because I can't read the room without some biases kind of entering.
Mm.
But I don't think it's good and healthy.
No, it's
I think a lot of fans are upset that all these prices are rising.
right. And they're not buying. I mean, or we're buying, people are buying what they want, and it's obvious by what's showing up in Ollie's and Ross right now.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Tron, if you look at Tron, it's 900 something. It hasn't even hit 1,000. The Tron HasLab.
yeah. It's not
No.
good.
No, I heard that. I also read a clickbait article or saw a clickbait article that they were pulling the plug on Tron. Disney is, but there again, it's clickbait. And how many times are you going to click clickbait to read it?
Yeah, it sucks when you're It's more of a vanity project because it was just Jared Leto wanted to see himself in a classic um life cycle. So he's like, let's make this movie and so I can do it. But you're killing a franchise, thanks,
Right.
with your lack of personality.
But he's so cute. The girls love him.
Don't go there. Don't go there, allegedly.
Okay.
Um, what else? What else?
Yeah, well, speaking of like, what's going on? Is there anything? There's nothing really park wise. It's just a lot of construction. Nothing too crazy
Did
right now.
anyone write in about the whole request last week, Spooky Galaxy?
I have not seen anything.
Oh,
Let me check the
that's a
emails.
bummer. That's all right.
Yeah, we don't have any. It's amazing. I'll listen to a podcast and they were like, "Hey, we got all these emails." I'm like, "People email you guys? That must be nice."
You know what we
I
could do next
what
week?
what could we do next week?
We could do because it's so close to Halloween, it's like the episode that drops before Halloween.
Uh-huh.
We could do our favorite scary movies, the top five or the top 10.
Okay.
But then the added challenge is you've got to redo the title to be something Star Wars.
Dude, that is a lot of work.
There's too much work for you.
No, I could figure something out.
All
So
right.
top five scary movies, but redo them for Star Wars.
Yeah, you can say what the movie. No, you can make it a game where you say the name, whatever the movie is, and
Hmm.
I'll have to guess to see if I can get the original name.
Okay.
Like instead of like it's like Death Star on Elm Street is my scariest movie or
Oh.
something, and it's like, well, that one's Nightmare on Elm
Nightmare on
Street.
Elm Street. All right. Let me see if I can do something.
Just five.
Just five. All right. So this episode comes out on October 21st.
Yes.
So what do you consider Back to the Future Day, the 21st or November 5th?
Back to the Future Day actually would be the future one. Was it November 5th, 2015?
Well, he goes back to November 5th in
Wait,
55,
no,
right?
so it's October 26th would be, I guess, what I consider Star Wars Day.
You mean Back to the Future Day?
Star Wars Day. Jeez. I need to go to bed. It's yeah.
Maybe I'm just
You associate November 5th?
I don't know. I want to see what the day because people, all right, the reason I'm asking that is it feels like a lot of stuff is coming out on the 20th and the 21st. Why is October 21st Back to the Future Day? Because it is a specific date in the film to back when Marty and Doc Brown travel to the future in their DeLorean.
That's
So that's
the
Back to the Future 2.
yeah. Yes. October 26th is the present. November 5th, 1955 is the past.
Okay.
And so October 26th present would be the alternative one. And isn't that where they go in the future? Was it in October of 2015?
Yeah, that's yeah, October.
I'm still waiting for my workable hoverboard.
Yes.
They're 10 years over the deadline.
Right. Right. Okay, so they when they travel back in 1989 when they in Back to the Future 2, that's the date they travel to. Is October 21st,
89, jeez.
2015. Yeah.
It's getting when I was
I
up in
did huh?
just reminds me of the 90s and like my childhood when we were in Charlotte, they had the Charlotte Hornets starter jacket, which was like walking by and tell my wife that was a status symbol in high school. If you not only had the starter jacket, but you had the Charlotte one, that was like you're the man.
Right. Everybody had it. No, it didn't matter. I had no clue why it was a Charlotte Hornet, but it's a Charlotte Hornet starter
Charlotte
jacket.
Hornets. Yeah. They started back then too. I remember being in grade school, elementary school when they created the Carolina Panthers as a geez, Charlotte Hornets.
So I did find I was I think my wife is gonna get them for me, but they have Hey Dudes colored like the hoverboard, like really bright ass pink Hey Dudes that are made to look like the hoverboard.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm like, if you're gonna wear some ugly shoes, you need to make them even uglier.
You can get the Croc version.
Yeah.
There's a DeLorean Croc coming.
Oh, geez. I'm high class. I need to wear Hey Dudes, not Crocs.
Oh, okay. All right. Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think there's anything Rogue Fun. I did get a big thing in, but
They look great.
yeah, they look wonderful.
And it was your mom that stayed around, right?
Yeah, that was a bit distracting because UPS said 2 to 4 that they would arrive.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm like, Mom, Mom, can you take care of this? Can you be at my place between 2 and 4? Yeah, yes, honey, I'll do it. And so I've got the Google thing, the Google doorbell, so I'm able to watch if I get notification if someone comes down the driveway and 2 o'clock comes around and my mom's not there. 2:30 comes around and I was like, okay, I'm gonna call her. And she's like, yeah, I'm on my way. I'm en route. And then 3 o'clock, nothing. So at about 3:30, I checked the UPS app and we're the next stop. And I'm like, oh no, she's not going to be there. And I pull up the doorbell camera and there she is, just coming down the driveway. Everything works out for mom.
Everything's golden. Did the UPS driver put all those boxes in your garage or she have to do it?
My sister was here. I believe she did it,
Okay.
but he also came down on a cart, so he was able to just like wheel it into the garage.
Yeah, Mount Wasoko.
Yep. Well, going down is easier with the packages than going up.
Right. I'd believe it. It makes me realize how out of shape I really am every time I leave your house.
Yeah. You say so.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. That's
Uh,
it.
that's it, folks. Where's the thing?
Thank you for listening to the Smugglers Galaxy podcast. If you could, please leave a like and a 5-star review of the show anywhere you listen to podcasts. It really helps us out and points people to our show. Follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Send us an email or message us. We love feedback and love to make you part of our show. Our email address is smugglersgalaxy@gmail.com. I don't think you knew that or not.
No, we're not getting any emails, so people must not know it. Say it
Yeah.
again, Jason.
Smugglersgalaxy@gmail.com. Thank you to Alfonso Riviera for the Smugglers Galaxy logo, and thank you to Levi Waterhouse for the music. People, collect for the love of it. Hashtag vote with your wallet. Pass on what you've learned. Be a positive force in the collecting community. I have friends everywhere. This is the way.
This is the way.